6 o'clock, compliments of the wonderful folks at Caribbean Alliance. Pick up that phone. Give them a call. Don't forget, we are still in the hurricane season. You won't regret it. All right? You definitely won't regret it. Right now, it's 1 minute to the hour of 6.
La Falaise Medical Laboratory, my preferred choice for professional and confidential medical laboratory services. La Falaise provides results for all medical tests. If it can't be done there, they will facilitate it through their international partners. Their main office in Roseau is open from 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mondays to Fridays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Home visits and emergency services are also available. Call 448-0100, WhatsApp 276-5213 or visit any of their other locations. Picard in Portsmouth, Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Marigot, Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Or Grand Bay, every first and third Thursday, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. La Falaise Medical Laboratory, my choice, your choice, our choice.
Fair and balanced, unbiased and clear, concise and accurate. This is the DBS Evening News. Here now is your presenter with the headlines.
Good evening and welcome to the DBS Evening News. In the headlines, Pierre Charles Secondary School is mourning the death of Assistant Principal Claudia Toussaint, and a 5-member delegation from Domlec arrives in Jamaica to assist in recovery efforts. In news from the region, Trinidad's Parliamentary Secretary says Trinidad and Tobago no longer exists in a zone of peace, and internationally, U.S. President Donald Trump demands unpaid air traffic controllers get back to work. The details of the news right after this.
At Flow, loyalty pays back. That's why we're rewarding our customers with $400 in vouchers. That's like 5 months of your mobile bill back in your pocket. Simply add mobile to your current home internet plan and claim your $400 in rewards today. Loyalty pays back. That's how we keep your rhythm flowing.
DBS News.
Welcome back. A 5-member delegation from Domlec has arrived in Jamaica to assist in recovery efforts following Hurricane Melissa. Domlec is one of several utilities from the region participating in these recovery efforts through the CARILEC Caribbean Disaster Assistance Program, CDAP. General Manager of Domlec, Dwayne Senak, says the company is pleased to support Jamaica during this challenging time.
Today, November 10th, Domlec is happy to announce that a team of 5 left Dominica and arrived in Jamaica this afternoon to support the restoration efforts of our sister utility, DBS. As we know, Jamaica has been devastated following the passage of Hurricane Melissa. And so, as part of the CARILEC Disaster Assistance Program, Domlec are committed to supporting the restoration activity over there. Multiple utilities within the CARILEC organization have agreed to provide support, and a number of linesmen will meet over there to collaborate in, supporting our sister utility fast track their restoration process. So we at Domlec, we're very happy that the 5-member team, comprising of 4 linesmen, 1 supervisor, volunteered. That the efforts will obviously, be welcome. It's something we're very proud of here at Domlec. We can provide that support to the people of Jamaica.
And that is Domlec's General Manager, Dwayne Senak. The 5-member team is Julie Paul, the team leader and supervisor, Earl Matthew, Wilbert Moise, Isaiah Phillip, and Dylan John Baptist. Pierre Charles Secondary School is mourning the death of Assistant Principal Claudia Toussaint. She was pronounced dead at the Grand Bay Health Center at 2 o'clock after she complained of feeling unwell at school this afternoon. Reports indicate that she collapsed at school before being transported to the Grand Bay Health Center. An officer of the school told DBS News that the assistant principal was friendly and impacted the lives of students. She entered the Pierre Charles Secondary School around 1998 and taught social studies and French before becoming assistant principal. She leaves behind a daughter. She entered Pierre Charles Secondary School at 1998 again, and DBS News sympathizes with the family, students and staff of the Pierre Charles Secondary School and friends of the late Claudia Toussaint of Grand Bay. The Dominica Essential Oils and Spices Cooperative has recognized two of its long-standing members. Michael Laura of Petit Savan and Arthur Francis of Bagatelle received awards at the cooperative's annual general meeting at Goodwill Parish Hall on Sunday.
Mr. Arthur Francis of Bagatelle has been a member of the Dominica Essential Oil and Spices Cooperative Society Limited for the past years. He was registered on the 12th of May 1973. He is always present and participates in educational meetings and annual general meetings. He is an active producer of top quality bay oil and sells all bay oil produced to the society. Unlike some other members, he often offers words of encouragement towards the development of the society. Therefore, the Society acknowledges his contribution and presents him with a token of appreciation on this 9th day of November 2025.
Meantime, Michael Lura has been a bay oil producer for over 20 years.
Mr. Michael Laura of Petit Savan has been a member of the Dominica Essential Oils and Spices Cooperative Society Limited from the 29th of July 2005. He has served in the capacity of the nominating committee for years. Mr. Laura continues to be an active producer of top quality bay oil and is always willing to assist when called upon. Therefore, the Society acknowledges his contribution and presents him with a token of appreciation on this 9th day of November 2025.
And in other news this evening, Captain of the MV Amera, Od Jale Flatibo, has commended the Ministry of Tourism for the facilities developed to ensure a smooth docking process for cruise ships in Roseau. His remarks were made during the inaugural ceremony for the MV Amera this morning as the ship docked in Dominica with approximately 900 cruise passengers on board.
We've been looking forward to arrive here, and I can tell you that from the first moment we have been in contact with you, it has always been a very professional approach. Everything from the contact with the agent, pilot, linesman, berthing of the ship, everything handled in the best possible way, which we always appreciate. And there's one thing I always like about these islands is that you have a more easygoing approach to many things, which we appreciate, but when it comes to the important points, you are very professional. And this combination somehow we miss a little bit on the mainland from time to time. So it's a good destination for us and for our passengers. And I absolutely hope that we will be able to come back here.
Captain of the MV Amera, Od Jale Flatibo. Chief Technical Officer in the Ministry of Tourism, Donaldson Frederick, is hopeful that the MV Amera will establish a partnership with the ministry.
Thank you for bringing your guests to discover the nature island of Dominica. We look forward to building a lasting relationship to see your beautiful vessel return many times to Dominica. I'm happy to hear earlier on that you said that our port is so close. So we're really happy that DASPA, the Dominica Air and Seaport Authority, has made this ambience so acceptable and accommodating that you are happy that Roseau is right next door.
Chief Technical Officer in the Ministry of Tourism, Donaldson Frederick. The Product Promotions Manager at Discover Dominica Authority is Odile John Baptist.
It is indeed a pleasure to welcome Captain, crew and guests to the nature island of the Caribbean, Dominica. These vessels brings to our shores approximately 900 visitors who I am sure are all eager to discover Dominica's breathtaking natural beauty, rich culture, and warm hospitality. Today's ceremony not only celebrates the ship's inaugural call to Dominica, but it also reaffirms our shared commitment to strengthening cruise tourism partnership and enhancing the overall visitor experience.
Product Promotions Manager at Discover Dominica Authority, Odile John Baptist. The 2025-2026 cruise ship season, which opened on October 15th, is projected to be the largest in history. This year, Dominica expects over 470,000 cruise passengers and 274 cruise calls, which includes 13 inaugural visits from major international cruise lines. A recipient of the 2025 National Day Award says the delay in commissioning the Arak House of Culture is impacting negatively on the arts in Dominica. Anita Bully of the Alwyn Bully Foundation says a proper venue for the arts is needed urgently. She says the staging of the play Streak during the independence was affected. Mrs. Bully also stated that a workshop for children on preserving the traditional costume is expected soon.
And we have a program coming up on the preservation of the traditional costumes of Dominica. We're talking about the Sense and the Van Move. Yes, so that's coming up soon, so that by carnival time we'll have more senses on the road. And the workshop is for children. To be very concerned with the arts. As you know, we don't have an Arawak. Okay, we are performing in St. Gerard's Hall. The acoustics are not the best. Okay, we have to bring in lights. It's an issue. The lights blew the first night. Okay, and it's not air conditioned. There are a few fans. The seating, we are sitting on iron chairs for 2 hours. So something needs to be done for the arts. And we've been talking and giving a lot of lip service, but nothing really is being done. So that it's a real shame. But something has to be done. And they've been promising us. You've heard the announcement several times. Okay, I think the last one was for December last year. Yes, Christmas last year. And it's just a whole comedy of errors happening in that building.
And that is Anita Bully of the Alwyn Bully Foundation. JCI Dominica has secured the prestigious Best Local Global Goals Project Award at the 2025 JCI World Congress in Tunisia for its flagship initiative, Read With Me. Read With Me was developed to promote early literacy, strengthen family engagement, and provide equitable access to educational resources to children across the island. The project is grounded in Sustainable Development Goal 4, quality education, and combines awareness, action, and sustainability through reading sessions, book drives, capacity building for parents and caregivers, and the distribution of literacy support tools. President of JCI, Faye Lander, says Read With Me was born from a simple idea in 2020. He noted that winning Best Local Global Goals project at the 2025 JCI World Congress validates the heart, the hard work, and the commitment of members. He says he is grateful for every partner, parent, volunteer, and stakeholder who believed in the vision. Chief Executive Officer of the National Cooperative Credit Union, Kurth Charles, has pointed to the growth of the institution since its inception 15 years ago. The NCCU marked its 15th anniversary with an awards and reception ceremony at the State House Conference Center at the weekend.
15 years ago, a vision took root. A vision to bring together the collective strength, resources, and spirit of 5 cooperative movements. The Roseau Cooperative Credit Union Limited, the St. Paul Cooperative Credit Union Limited, the Lassalette Cooperative Credit Union Limited, the Vickers Cooperative Credit Union Limited, and the St. David's Cooperative Credit Union Limited. On November 1st, 2010, these proud institutions came together under one unified body. From that vision, the Big Five, one big family was born, the National Cooperative Credit Union Limited. And by the end of 2017, NCCU Limited had evolved from being the Big Five to the Big Seven by accepting the assets and liabilities of the Southern Eastern Cassibros credit unions. Built on the foundation of unity, service, and empowerment, today we proudly stand as the largest credit union in the OECS and one of the leading cooperatives in the Caribbean. A true testament to the courage, foresight, and dedication of those who paved the way before us. Over the past 15 years, our journey has been one of growth, transformation, and resilience.
Chief Executive Officer of the NCCU, Kurth Charles, Minister for Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development, Greta Roberts, told the recognition and reception ceremony that the impact of the NCCU on the Dominican landscape is important.
The record of the past 4 years tells a compelling story of growth and trust. I have been advised that from 2021 to 2025, NCCU's membership increased consistently each year and is now around 54,000. This is a remarkable achievement for a small economy like ours. To us as a government, the success of NCCU is measured in the homes built, the children educated, the small businesses started, and the dreams realized. You are being impactful. It means that more Dominicans are accessing affordable credit to improve their lives. It means small businesses are expanding, farmers are modernizing, and families are building homes. It means that you are indeed playing an active and vital role in fueling the Dominican economy. Your policies align perfectly with the government's broader mission to foster inclusive development and strengthen the financial resilience of our citizens.
Minister for Culture, Youth, Sports and Community Development, Greta Roberts. President of the NCCU, Clement Marsley, encouraged the institution to maintain accountability and be creative going forward. The NCCU presented 35 awards in recognition of invaluable service in the establishment of the society. Among the awardees were Aylmer Irish, Dexter Ducre, Clayton Monroe, Josephine Dublin, Geoffrey Later, Thomas Dorset, Dr. Damian Dublin, Arundel Thomas, Carlisle John Baptist, Erickson Algernon de Gallery, Vernice Belloni, Aaron Dalrymple, Linworth Coffey, and Vincent Badwell. That's the National Focus, regional and international news up next.
At Flow, loyalty pays back. That's why we're rewarding our customers with $400 in vouchers. That's like 5 months of your mobile bill back in your pocket. Simply add mobile to your current home internet plan and claim your $400 in rewards today. Loyalty pays back. That's how we keep your rhythm flowing.
DBS News.
Welcome back in news from the region. Trinidad's Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, Wilfred Nicholas Morris, has called for stronger international collaboration to combat narco-trafficking and transnational crime, warning that these threats have undermined peace and security in Trinidad and Tobago. Speaking at CELAC EU Summit, Morris said the country no longer exists in a zone of peace due to the serious impact of drug and human trafficking across the region. He told delegates that while Trinidad and Tobago values peace as a supreme asset, its reality over the past 2 decades has been shaped by organized crime and its social and economic consequences. Internationally, more than 4,500 flights are delayed and 1,800 are cancelled as U.S. airports struggle with staffing shortages caused by the government shutdown. President Donald Trump demanded air traffic controllers who are unpaid during the shutdown to get back to work and threatened to dock those who did not. It comes as lawmakers edge closer to ending the 41-day shutdown, which is the longest ever recorded. A breakaway group of Democratic senators backed an agreement negotiated with Republicans in the Senate on Sunday, leaving some high-profile Democrats furious. That's the news. DBS Evening Sports comes up next.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Welcome to the DBS Evening Sports. The Dominica men's senior national football team will participate for the first time in the CONCACAF series this week in St. Kitts. The CONCACAF series is meant to provide matches for member nations that have already been eliminated from 2026 FIFA World Cup qualification. Dominica has been placed in Group B alongside Belize, St. Martin, and host country St. Kitts. Dominica will play its first game on Wednesday, the 12th of November, against St. Martin and will be back in action on Saturday, November 15th against St. Martin. The technical staff of the senior men's national football team has selected 23 players to represent Dominica at the CONCACAF friendly series in St. Kitts. The squad includes 4 newcomers and 5 overseas-based players. The players selected are goalkeepers Jerome Burkard, Dante Newton, and Jaheim Coffey. The defenders Eustace Marshall, Jalen Johnville, Marcus Bredas, Ethan Nichols, one of the newcomers, Nick Anthony, Leon Edwards, Mosiah Bonney, an overseas-based player, and Durrell Durant, also a newcomer and an overseas-based player. The midfielders are Savio Ansem, Nathan Newton, Giovanni Xavier, Brielle Thomas, Malachi Bonney, an overseas-based player as well, and Giles Michel, also an overseas-based player. The forwards are Odell Laville, Travis Joseph, Javid George, Dante Warrington, Anton Larocque, and Troy Jules, the other overseas-based player. The team is being coached by Ellington Sabin with Delroy Watt as assistant coach. Cleavon Vidal is the team medic with Dr. Curtis St. John as the team's doctor. Equipment manager is Reginald Daru. The team's manager is Kelvin Benjamin, and the team's media officer is Garvin Richards. Head coach of the Special Olympics 3x free basketball team, Julian Benjamin, says the team Dominica is ready as they prepare to compete in the region's first ever Special Olympics 3x free unified basketball tournament. The tournament will take place in Guadeloupe from November 13th to the 16th. This marks Dominica's first appearance in basketball at a Special Olympics organized event.
The athletes are ready, and we have been training regularly at the Lindo Park. We first started training at the St. Mary's Academy, then we moved to the Lindo Park for training. And I think the athletes have been putting their best foot forward. They have tried their best to learn each other's chemistry. They have tried as a team to gel and to bring home some victory to Dominica. So we expect good things from these 5 athletes that will be representing us. We have Delicia and Fares, who are the normal athletes representing us. And the Special Olympics athletes would be Danzel, Radian, and Gel. So we have a good mix of athletes and a good team, and they have been preparing regularly. So we expect good things from the Dominica team.
Head coach of the Special Olympics 3x3 basketball team, Julian Benjamin. The completion of the Windsor Park Sports Stadium's lighting project is expected to transform sports in and around the city. That's according to the Minister of State in the Ministry of Sports, Oscar George, who says athletes can look forward to more evening games on completion of the lighting project. His comments came at the second annual hosting of Future Fest 2025.
We currently have a $13 million contract being implemented at the stadium where we are today in terms of installing new lights and new generators and new control rooms and ensuring that all the lines are underground so that it can become more resilient. And when this is complete, we will see a total transformation of sports in the city and in Dominica by extension. We can look forward to evening games and CPL and all these fun things that will create more opportunities for young people.
George also made mention of the development of a synthetic track that is to be constructed in the north of the island, which will also include an Olympic-sized swimming pool.
You would have heard the Prime Minister mention the synthetic track, where we are now developing a master plan for the track to include an Olympic-sized swimming pool, because we want to produce world-class athletes in the upcoming years. And I think that this synthetic track and the Olympic swimming pool is very important for this. And of course, we continue to support in terms of grants to athletes and stuff like that.
Minister of State in the Ministry of Sports, Oscar George. And in football,
Avengers with an opportunity. Avengers with a final ball! And surely that is the winner! Mighty Avengers coming up with the goals. A huge opportunity. A lovely Friday throw ball. And that has to be the winner.
Jaron George tips the scales in the Avengers' favor. This is what the Avengers were looking for.
Jaron George scored the most important goal in his young footballing career, netting the winner in extra time to hand the Do It Center Mighty Avengers the 2025 DFA Division 1 League title, beating Bafa State FC in the finals on Saturday at the DFA Technical Center. Jarrell Laville put the Mighty Avengers up early, but that lead was short-lived as Marvin Liebler found the equalizer for Bafa State. Laville scored again to put the Avengers back in front, only to see Eustace Phillip equalize for Bafa State. The two teams went into the halftime break tied at 2 goals apiece. Bafa State got a red card early in the second half and were down to 10 men. But despite having the numerical advantage, the Mighty Avengers struggled to capitalize and the game went into extra time. The extra time was when Jaron George delivered for the Mighty Avengers against the run of play as the Avengers took the match 3-2. The win has not only given them the Division 1 title, but a spot in the DFA Premier League for the next season. Mighty Avengers coach is Kareem Regis.
Moment for the guys, and I mean it got sound a little bit cliche, Gavin, but we've been ready for this. We've been ready for this Saturday season. As I told you guys, you don't prepare for a final on the week of the final. We prepare for the final from the start of the season. We've been preparing for this moment, and as you can see, we wanted it a little bit more than Bafa State, and the team really came together, and just really a good moment for the guys, a good moment for the team. I'd like to thank everybody, thank our sponsors, Do It Center, Ultimate Goods and Services, Nathaniel Tuse Development, but mainly Do It Center. And I mean, just to all the guys, man, I mean, everybody who's been supporting us along this journey, it's been long, it's been tiring, and finally, we're at the top of that mountain, and we can finally take a little rest.
In the extra half or the extra time period, Bafa State were really on top of you guys. So what was the message at that point in time?
Well, after that, I mean, some of the things, guys, there's one rule book, guys. I was trying to make that substitution at the phase. The referees didn't allow it, but I mean, the guys just gritted in. You know, I have to thank Jerry Laville who scored a beautiful brace to get us in motion, and then Jerry was able to score that all decisive winner, and the guys really just put everything behind the ball and behind me as a coach, and I love them for it.
Do It Center Mighty Avengers head coach Kareem Regis. The Mighty Avengers received $15,000 and a trophy for their win. Bath Estate captain Eustace Marshall says his team lacked discipline.
I think the red card in the first 10 minutes of the second half was a killer. And then, we went to the extra time. Put up the fight, but we went extra time, and most players didn't really have the legs to cope with it. So it's a hard luck situation for us. Kudos to mighty Avengers, but that's football. All you put in is what you get out. Our player didn't show discipline, and that cost us.
All is not lost, Jay. You have opportunities still to get to the Premier League, but you have to go through East Central now. You have a few days, maybe a week to prepare for this game. So how do you guys regroup?
Preparation will always be key, but at the end of the day, the mental aspect of the thing, players have to learn to keep their head, especially in our finals, You can't kick out at a player in a finals and get a red card. I mean, we have to show the discipline. We have the fight, we have the character, but the discipline at the end of it, without the discipline, you can't go nowhere in sports.
Bafa State captain Eustace Marshall. Bafa State received $10,000 and a trophy for second place. Bafa State will meet East Central in a playoff match to decide which team will play Premier League football next season. Meantime, in the third place match, St. Joseph FC beat the RC Doctors 2-1. St. Joseph received $5,000 for their third place finish. More football action. Rayvon Coppell and Caleb Dangleben scored a goal each on the weekend as We United FC defeated Maho Soccer Strikers 2-0 in the DFA Under-18 Football League. Coppell, who is the league's top scorer with 5 goals in 2 games, opened the scoring for We United in the 15th minute of the game, holding off the last defender before putting the ball in the back of the net past the Maho keeper. We United ended the first half with the 1-0 advantage. Caleb Dangleben gave his side some breathing space in the 55th minute of play following some poor defensive work by Maho Soccer Strikers. We United got a chance to add a third goal in the 90th minute from the penalty spot, but Alison Gasper put his effort just past the post after sending the keeper the wrong way. In the end, We United FC took the 3 points and the match 2-0. Kerwin Leefam has cemented his position as the top long-distance runner on the island as he successfully defended his road race series title on Sunday. The Pioneers Athletics Club athlete was the first to cross the line in the final race of the season, organized by the Dominica Athletics Association. The 5-kilometer race took the runners from Auto Trade to the Dame Mary Eugenia Charles Boulevard. Leefam completed the run in 17 minutes 39 seconds, beating Sean Vidal.
Well, at first, the race seemed like it was okay, but I ran into some knee issues, so the knee issues didn't really harass me that much, but I ran into a couple pain, and my partner Sean Vidal was back on me, pushing me on it again. So yeah, but in fact of all of that, the race was alright.
You and Sean seem to have quite the rivalry. That's, second close race that we've had in a row. So, how does he bring out the best in you?
Well, he been on the best in me by always staying close, pushing me, overtaking me now and then I closing up on him, overtake again, and it's like a back and forth race, something like that.
All right, defending your championship. How sweet is this one, though?
So far, I'm proud of myself. At the start of the year, I had a lot of injuries, and up to now, I'm still going through injuries, but despite all that, once I thank the Father for guiding and protecting me, because even for him, I tell you, ambulance pick me up on the road there today.
Road Race Series men's champion Kerwin Leefam. Meantime, Olympic athlete Luan Gabriel was the first female across the line. She won in a time of 21 minutes and 23 seconds.
First of all, I want to give thanks to Almighty God because it's only through him I am able to run this race. Thanks to my mom, Cyrilla Hilton, for always supporting me, and my coach, Sanabi, and everyone in Aspires, Coach Carol, Miss Penina Wenham, and the whole team, because it's a team effort.
All right, most challenging part about this course this morning?
The most challenging part was the road coming up to Convent High School there, because at this point you run majority of the race and then you have to find energy to go up the hill, so that's the most challenging part for me.
All right, how happy are you, to have won 3 in a row and of course defending your championship as well?
I am super grateful, super happy, and it just shows that as a senior athlete, I'm still able to do it. So as long as I can dance, I'll keep on dancing. Next year, I'm looking to focus on the short sprints events, mainly the 2, 4, and 1 at times. So the focus is on sprint. This is mainly to build my endurance.
All right, so are we likely to see a return of Luan Gabriel to the top of athletics?
I pray to the Almighty God that it will be possible, because I believe that with God, all things are possible.
And that is Road Race Series female champion Luan Gabriel. There was also a 3-kilometer run on Sunday. We will bring you more details on that in another Sportscast. And that's all for the evening's sports report. I've been the presenter of this evening's news and sports, Alian Christopher. On behalf of the entire news team and our links person, DJ Hello Boy, good evening.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 12